r/NoSleep. Last night, I joined a virtual escape room, and I wish I hadn't. Last night, my friends and I decided to try something new. A virtual escape room game called Escape the Manor. It's an online multiplayer game where players work together to solve puzzles and escape a haunted house. Each person takes on a role like detective, scholar, or occultist, and we interact with different parts of the house through the game interface. There were 6 of us: me, my best friend Ethan, his girlfriend Kayla, our classmate Lucas, and 2 of Kayla's friends, Mia and Sophie. We all joined a Discord call to chat while playing. "Alright, ready to start?" Ethan asked, excitement clear in his voice. "Yeah, let's do this," Kayla replied, her avatar already pacing in the virtual foyer. The screen loaded a dark, ominous mansion with flickering candles and creaky floorboards. A raspy voice narrated, "Welcome, seekers. To escape, you must uncover the secrets of this cursed manor. Beware. The spirit watching you isn't the only danger lurking within." The game began. My character, the scholar, spawned in the library. I immediately began searching through dusty bookshelves for clues. Each of us was in a separate room, Lucas in the kitchen, Kayla in the grand hall, Ethan in the attic, and so on. "Found a key," Lucas announced over Discord. "It's labeled servant quarters." "Great," Kayla said. "Bring it to the hall. I think I found the door it unlocks." The gameplay was smooth and engaging at first. We found cryptic notes, solved riddles, and gradually unlocked new parts of the mansion. Then, things started to get weird. "I swear, my screen just glitched," Mia said, her voice uncertain. "Same," Ethan chimed in. "It was like a shadow moved across the screen." I shrugged it off. "Probably part of the game. It's supposed to be creepy." But then, Sophie let out a small gasp. "Wait, did one of you just enter the dining room?" "No," Lucas said. "I'm still in the kitchen." "I'm in the hall," Kayla added. "Well, someone's here." I saw another character for a second. We dismissed it as a trick of the game design and kept playing. Until Sophie's mic went silent. "Sophie? You okay?" Mia asked. No response. "Sophie, come on," Ethan added. Still nothing. A notification flashed on the screen, "Player disconnected." "Maybe her Wi-Fi dropped," I said, trying to sound calm. But then, a new notification appeared, "Sophie's character has died." "What the hell?" Kayla said. "How did she die? There's no killer in this game." "I don't like this," Mia whispered. The voice chat stayed tense as we continued playing, hoping Sophie would text or rejoin. Then, Mia screamed. "What's wrong?" Lucas asked, his voice shaking. My lights just went out," she stammered. "And I swear I heard something in my room." "Mia, it's fine," Ethan said. "Probably just a power surge." "No, you don't get it. Someone's here." Her mic cut off abruptly. A notification appeared, "Player disconnected." Then another, "Mia's character has died." I stared at my screen, heart pounding. The once fun game felt suffocating now. "Guys, this isn't funny anymore," Kayla said, her voice cracking. "What's going on?" We debated calling the police, but then Lucas's mic went silent too. A new message popped up in the in-game chat. "Lucas is no longer playing." I froze. That wasn't how the game notified deaths before. "Lucas? Say something," Kayla yelled into her mic. Then, the screen flickered. My character's perspective shifted, as if I were watching through a hidden camera. I saw Lucas sitting at his desk, staring at his screen, eyes wide with terror. Behind him, a figure loomed, a dark, faceless silhouette holding a jagged blade. "Run, Lucas!" I screamed, but he couldn't hear me. The figure struck. Blood splattered across his screen, and the feed cut out. Kayla was sobbing now. "This can't be real. It's just a game." "Everyone, turn off your computers," Ethan shouted. But my mouse wouldn't move. Neither would my keyboard respond. The game locked me in. Then, a new message appeared on the screen, "You can't leave until you finish the game." Kayla screamed as her camera feed replaced the game. Her dorm room filled the screen, dimly lit by a desk lamp. A shadow passed behind her. "Kayla, get out of there," I yelled. The figure emerged, its hollow eyes fixed on her. She turned, too late. Her mic went silent. Ethan and I were the only ones left. My hands trembled as I whispered, "Ethan, are you there?" "Yeah," he replied, his voice barely audible. "We have to finish this. It's the only way out." We worked together, racing through the final puzzles, ignoring the sounds of creaking floors and distorted whispers that now filled the game. Finally, we unlocked the last door. A message flashed: "Congratulations. You survived. But the spirit is still with you." The game shut off. My computer powered down on its own. I sat there in silence, trying to process what had happened. My phone buzzed with a text from Ethan: "Are you okay?" Before I could reply, a new message popped up: "I'm still here." It wasn't from Ethan. I never touched my computer again. But every night, I hear faint whispers from it. I know I'm not alone anymore. At first, I thought it was just paranoia, leftover adrenaline and fear playing tricks on my mind. But the whispers grew louder with each passing night. The first week, I tried drowning them out. White noise machines, music blasting through headphones, even sleeping in the living room. Nothing worked. The whispers seemed to seep through every wall and corner, insistent and relentless. The messages weren't random. At times, I could almost make out words, fragmented phrases: "Come back," or "Finish the game." Other times, it was laughter, low, guttural, and taunting. I confided in Ethan. He hadn't heard anything unusual, but he confessed to having his own set of nightmares. "They're vivid," he said over the phone, his voice trembling. "I dream about that house. About Kayla and Lucas. About something watching us." "Do you think it's over?" I asked, hoping for some reassurance. He hesitated before answering. "I don't know. But I can't shake the feeling that we didn't just play a game." 2 weeks passed. The whispers turned into shadows, moving shapes that danced across the walls of my room. I told myself it was just a trick of the light. My mind playing cruel games. Until one night, I woke up to find my computer on. The monitor glowed faintly in the darkness, casting eerie patterns across the room. I hadn't turned it on. The power cord wasn't even plugged in. Yet there it was, displaying the same ominous message that had ended our game: "The spirit is still with you." My hands shook as I approached the desk. I reached out to power it down, but before I could touch it, the screen flickered and changed. A live feed. It showed Ethan's bedroom. He was sitting on his bed, staring at his phone, completely unaware. Behind him, the shadow. "Ethan!" I screamed, but there was no response. I grabbed my phone and dialed his number. It rang endlessly before going to voicemail. Desperate, I left a message: "Get out of your house. Now." "It's back." The live feed went static. When it returned, Ethan was gone. His bed was empty, and the shadow lingered, staring directly into the camera. I slammed my laptop shut, my heart pounding in my chest. But before I could even catch my breath, my phone buzzed. A message from Ethan's number. "You're next." I packed a bag and left my apartment that night, refusing to stay another second. I drove to my parents' house several towns over, hoping distance would make it stop. For a few nights, it worked. No whispers. No shadows. I began to think it was over. But then I noticed the subtle changes. My phone acted strangely, apps opening on their own. My parents' television flickered at odd hours, playing snippets of the game's soundtrack. And the shadows. They found me. One night, I woke to find my old bedroom bathed in a sickly blue light. My laptop, which I had left behind in my apartment, was sitting on my desk. The same ominous words glared at me from the screen. "You cannot escape." I screamed, waking my parents. My dad rushed in, demanding to know what was going on, but when he flipped on the lights, the laptop was gone. "What's wrong with you?" he asked, his voice thick with concern. I don't know," I stammered. "But it's following me." He didn't believe me, of course. No one would. The third week, I decided to face it. I couldn't keep running, and I couldn't keep dragging others into this nightmare. Whatever it was, it wanted me to finish the game. So I returned to my apartment. The air felt heavy, as though the space had been waiting for me. I walked into my room, and there it was, my computer, already powered on, displaying the game's menu screen. The play button pulsed, almost invitingly. I sat down, my hands trembling, and clicked it. The screen loaded back into the haunted mansion. My character stood alone in the grand hall, the eerie soundtrack filling the room. I moved my avatar forward, dreading what I might find. A chat box appeared at the bottom of the screen. "Welcome back," it read. "Who are you?" I typed. No response. I pushed onward, exploring the rooms I had fled from weeks ago. The kitchen. The library. The attic. Each one was eerily empty, save for faint whispers echoing through the speakers. Finally, I reached the basement door, a place none of us had accessed before. It creaked open slowly, revealing a staircase descending into pitch darkness. The chat box flickered back to life, "Come closer." Every instinct screamed at me to shut the computer off, to run. But I couldn't. I had to know. I guided my character down the stairs. The screen grew darker with each step, until the only light came from a faint glow at the bottom. There, in the center of the room, was the shadow. It stood still, its hollow eyes staring directly at me. The chat box appeared one final time, "Now you belong to us." The shadow lunged at my character, and the screen went black. I woke up hours later, slumped over my desk. My computer was off, and the room was silent. For the first time in weeks, there were no whispers, no shadows. But something felt wrong. I stood up, unsteady, and glanced at the mirror hanging on my wall. My reflection wasn't mine. It was the shadow. And it smiled. Now, every time someone plays Escape the Manor, I'm there. Watching. Waiting. I hope they know the rules of the game. Because if they don't, they'll end up just like me.